What's going on, everybody? Today I'm trying to make a quick little video on the 2 deep dives that were released this weekend. I'm just gonna combine it into one video because I was supposed to post one like for each deep dive, but I might as well do 2 because it's just a little bit more entertaining. So there's a lot to go over, but with IRONHEART here, I watched all these already beforehand. She is probably my most anticipated, but don't underrate Dust. She seemed very cool as well. IRONHEART, just an overview. I can't really go over everything that's being said, but if you go watch the original video, Karate Mike does a great job of covering all this stuff. She has that little pre-fight you just saw with the ruptures, so she can switch from incinerates to ruptures very easily. She starts off with an indefinite armor up, which we just showed off. And if it's nullified or removed, it goes on cooldown for like probably 10 to 15 seconds, I'm pretty sure. But if you get armor broken, the cooldown I don't think activates. So being armor broken is bad. And your light attacks have a chance to give you a armor up buff. But if your final light attack, it has like a guaranteed chance to give you an armor up buff. But that one doesn't, it's not indefinite. It has like a 15-second timer, 10-second timer, maybe like 8 seconds. And she has some ability accuracy modification kind of stuff that just you saw kind of for a split second. So she can deal with Domino, just basically, not to get into like the nitty gritty kind of stuff. She can deal with Domino, she can deal with mutants. She's another really good mutant counter. Of course, she is literally tech, but with her Scorpion-ish abilities, like the way Scorpion was released, I think she's going to be able to handle more fights than just mutant fights. So as you can see, she also counters Onslaught, which is very helpful. She can block unblockable special attacks. There's just a lot to go over, but I'm not saying she can do that every time. You have to have, I think, 5 I think you have to have 5 repulsor debuffs on the opponent to block unblockable special attacks. I think only for mutants, and also you can apply some suppression from your heavy attack, and your heavy attack invalidates some of the prowess they have, which is cool. Basically, invalidate means just gets rid of it once you use your heavy attack, which is very cool. And she has some miss counters stuff. She has some vulnerability debuffs, passives. The tracking is very nice, not gonna lie. That's mostly a thing Cosmic Champions have, which is why that's another reason why she looks like she's not only tech. Not only mutant based, like she can deal with other fights, because not only mutant champions go invisible or have that little miss mechanic. There's Photon, there's just a whole bunch of other champions she could probably deal with. She's not going to be a crazy nuke, but she's going to be pretty good. Her special 3 actually might be useful in some scenarios. If you have like a longer fight, she power drains the opponent up to 2 bars of power. For each bar of power drained, she gets like 2 armor ups, I'm pretty sure. There's a lot to go over. Of course, I'm just getting as much as I can. Her awakened ability, like every Iron Man suit armor character in the game, she's gonna gain some regen when she goes below a certain amount of health. But she regens like 30% of her max health, which is pretty nice. And it's also once per fight, so it's not once per quest with, like, I think buffed OG Iron Man or reworked OG Iron Man. So I think this might be a little better. And this is going over her damage rotation, which we've already seen before. She can't deal with the neuroshocks from Onslaught, which I don't know if anyone can deal with the neuroshocks from Onslaught, honestly. But in every other way, I'm pretty sure she can counter Onslaught. Like, she is an answer for Onslaught. And she has a lot going for her, man. She has that bulwark from her awakened ability. That's like, it's all very neat and snazzy. I don't know. She has some very slick abilities, and I would love to get my hands on her, of course. Hey, I like, you know, get the champion. Yeah, man, this fight is one of the shorter fights, and she can just do all this stuff, easy peasy. But this is, you could call this a longer fight. And honestly, she just destroys it. Just a couple of special 1 ramps, and that's it. And for her deep dive, that is all. I think she's gonna be a very good champion going forward. Maybe starting off, she's not gonna be super crazy, but it'll take time. I think she's gonna be a pretty useful champion. And yeah, she's not a bad champ. She's not bad. She is. I am excited for her. And now, moving on to Dust, the new mutant character. After watching her deep dive, I still feel like the same. Well, not really the same, because after watching that one live stream that Kabam did, was showing off the ideal rotation, basically that was like showing everything. When they showed off the ideal rotation, that's like everything. But they didn't show off she's immune to bleed, poison, and shock, though. I think maybe they mentioned it, but those are pretty great immunities. Just off rip, that's already pretty great. She removes willpower from the opponent, so you're not gonna have a fun time fighting her. Attacks have a chance to glance, I'm pretty sure, through block. And so, no Hulkling, but it's like she's countering different classes, which is very cool. Like different that aren't even her class advantage or disadvantage classes. She's just countering any class. And that's what's really cool about these two champions. Ironheart can counter like I don't know. She can just counter missed characters, just for an example, and Dust can counter characters who she can just what is it? She can counter bleed, poison, shock, which is like that's not only mutant or not only skill class. My bad. But that's what's really cool about these champions. They're not like a Nimrod, because Nimrod, he's very good for mutant champions mostly. And these champions, this is what I like when they release champions like this. This is cool. So she has a lot of prowess. The grip passive, which is from Chi-Ilth, I believe she started that thing. That buff, and you just pass by the opponent's unstoppables and maybe unblockables, I think. There's so much to go over. I mean, she has a sandstorm, like she does physical damage right there. But it's reduced when the opponent is blocking, which isn't great. But is the opponent really gonna block that much? No. So she's looking pretty good here. She has, I'm pretty sure I already mentioned the power efficiency. As you can see, just counters Korg, because the grip passive, that's pretty great. I love, she's a pretty cool Korg counter. I don't know about, I need to learn more about Korg, because I don't know, the damage back thing kind of sucks. But very great counter for that. Her on defense right here looks like a nightmare. And this, I believe, this is not her ideal rotation, but these are her special attacks. You know, just some sand debuffs on the special 1. That's fine. Special 2, there is physical vulnerabilities, and they can turn to passives if they get shrugged off. And if she's in her sandstorm mode, they're about to show it off. She can stun the opponent with the special 2 for 2 seconds passively, which is very nice. Her special 3, I don't believe does too much. It looks kind of cool, but I don't believe it's in too much. It does, so it doesn't. Oh, actually, yeah, it does do it. Oh yeah, never mind. The complete opposite. It does quite a bit. So she doesn't consume any power with the special 3. She can't activate the special 3 while she's in the sandstorm mode, and also she activates her sandstorm mode from the special 3 for 22 seconds. So that's actually pretty useful. in certain scenarios. Her awakened ability, whenever the opponent reaches a multiple of 10, they're inflicted with the sand debuff. That's fine. I think that might be percentage based. I don't know. But she also gains a steadfast passive while in her sandstorm mode, I believe. So she can counter unblockable and unstoppable when she's awakened. When she's awakened, it's unblockable. So yeah, that's very neat. But that's mostly it for her awakened ability, and then her ideal rotation, which I personally I've seen the ideal rotations for both champions already a few times, and that is pretty much it. Because after this is the end of the video. I'm very excited for both champions. I can't wait to get my hands on them through the Titan Crystal or somehow. I'm not paying $100 for that 6-star pre-release bundle. I'm not like that right now. It's just I'm not in that situation in my life right now. Hopefully one day I will be. Hopefully everyone can have a shot at earning these champions. I really wish I pulled one of them from the giveaway, but I did not. Once again, I've never won the giveaway yet. It's very rare too in the streams. But I am a little bit more excited for Ironheart because she's just more anticipated for me. I didn't know anything about Dust. But also, I think she's going to be a little bit more fun than Dust, because I personally like my tech champions more than my mutant champions, depending on which ones they are. I don't know. I like tech champions quite a bit. And so, yeah, I personally like Ironheart a little bit more. They both have great potential. And that's the end of this video. I'll see you guys fairly soon, I hope. I don't know, we'll see. I'll see you guys soon. Hopefully everyone has a great rest of their Sunday or whatever day it is for you right now. And that will do it for me. So thank you guys for sticking to the end if you did. And I'll see you guys sometime soon.